package in the mail, MSX games from Japan. Collecting without fail those shoot 'em ups, and that's the plan. He doesn't just collect them, he also codes them too. Join us and we'll go on electric adventures with you.
Hey YouTube, Electric Adventures here with another monthly update and walk around room, because I've been very busy and I just want to update you on the little arcade project. So I still have the Space Invaders from my friend. I have made a lot of progress with it though. I'm actually up to the control stage, so I am going to bypass the original controls, leaving all the wiring in place. I've got plugs for this and the coin mech here, because we have a Tato L shape that works, not a Midway L shape. I'm picking that up correctly. I've put it into the mounting frame and I've tested that it'll work, and I have a converter harness for that. I've been getting pins out of connectors and things like that. I have completely rebuilt the power supply, and it is now, and I've adjusted it, and it's now giving out nice 5 volts, 12 volts and minus 5 volts. The chassis, I have replaced some of the capacitors there. I've got a filter kit as well. I haven't touched that at the moment. I can see the screen turns on, and it is covering the screen, but obviously I've got no picture going to it yet, so there may be some more adjustment. As you can see, you've got the original wiring and the original connector here. I'm going to leave all that there. That's the composite in for the monitor there. I've got the controls wiring going to those hookups there, so I only need to, down here somewhere, I will tap into the 5, 12 and minus 5 volts and put a jumper there, so that'll be the only place other than the composite where I've cut wires, so it can always be restored back to fully original one day when maybe the Midway board is repaired. So that's been doing that. My sit down Space Pilot cocktail, which I play a lot. Every time I'd knock it with my knee, it would lose sync, and that ended up being a dry solder joint in the connector, which I have, so I had to take the whole chassis out and reflow the connector pins, and now it's rock solid again. Going around, I haven't. So I haven't touched these wallies. That'll be the next one. I'll take the chassis out and recap it. That works, just very dark. I didn't bother turning it on for this walk around. Choplifter works fine. I fixed the wiring inside this one, and now marquee's working. I've put a new diffused LCD, and that one has a better marquee. The actual, normally that does actually have my Bosconian board in there, but that has one CPU faulty, so I'm fixing that at the moment. Nothing wrong with the Midway multi, nothing wrong with the scramble sit down, that's got a 60-in-1. Obviously Star Trek is all good. My Neo Geo multi actually has a ICS PGM board in it at the moment, with, was it Knights of Valor? Sorry about the fluoro there, so you can see the red thing there. It popped up on my AliExpress on special. I might do a video on that at some later stage with a bit of gameplay of that. I think my friend Brendan's going to drop by one of the shooting games for me to try it, which will be interesting. I also got my own copy of this flight cartridge at the same time, sitting down there. It works. I still need to, once again, my back's been really bad. This is a really heavy cabinet and it doesn't have wheels. I need to get in the back of that one and finish upgrading the chassis on that, and that'll make that finished, and potentially I may move that on once I get that working, and then I'll be able to move some cabinets around. My Midway cabinet which was a Midway baseball, then converted into Space Invaders, and then converted into XDIs. I'm still not 100% sure what I'm going to do that and restore that to, but it's almost working. The chassis just needs a bit more reflowing, and I think it'll be fine. Berserk, I do finally have a Berserk multi-game high score kit, but the monitor has vertical collapse at the moment, so I need to pull that out, and I haven't ordered the cat kit for it yet. Obviously nothing wrong with Raiden, nothing wrong with my very first cabinet, which has got Fireshark in it. My Attack from Mars virtual pinboard has the very common fault of the, after they've been turned on for a period of time, the pins soldering on the back of the CPU is not working, so it's not working, so I need to take that out and reflow it. This Taito cabinet, I still actually quite like that. I've got my Raiden in there, and I still have an LCD. There is a CRT over there that I will put in at some stage. I have been very busy testing my own software and things like that, but I finished all that, and I'll show you what I've been working on shortly. So this is a good thing. So all this, still my gaming area, and of course, Tutankhamun is hidden here. I need to get some more perspex to make this marquee work a little better. But that's the quick and dirty intro bit. Now we'll move over to my work area, and I can show you what I've been working on. Right, back from walking around. This is a slightly different angle. This is my dev desk in the game room, and giving it away, the title of this is SMS Block'em Sock'em. So yes, I've been learning a new retro system, none other than the Sega Master System. Now we have a ROM loaded here, or we will load ROM and try it out. So we load our ROM, it goes into full screen mode, just because of how I've got it set up in debugging. So definitely the Master System. I just need to continue here. So as you can see, a lot more colour. Now I haven't finished this screen off. It doesn't say press, trigger to begin, and it doesn't have the music and electric adventures on there. And I might play about with the conversion yet, but that's working. Both of those first two screens are using a bit of compression. And then we go onto our main set. Yes, there's a little floating bit of a sprite up there, but the game intrinsically is working. Probably need to work on some of the animations there. And just last night I was just starting on the throw mechanic. I think this goes and then it crashes. Yep. But as you can see, it's colourful. There's no sprite flickering because Sega Master System can display like 8 sprites in a line, plus they're multicolour. So, but I wanted to throw it so you can see my rendition of John there using lots of colour, and all of the things are very colourful and everything like that. Probably, I can still tweak the palette and everything like that. But I thought that was fairly exciting to show you guys, that I've decided to have a go at another platform. Now I am working on some of my other games as well, what I'll do is just hang on a sec. I'll just switch screens and show you some of those as well. Right, back with different windows up. Now this one I haven't actually worked on the ROM for a little while. But, and I think I've messed up some of the sprite graphics on Mama Kangaroo, changing things around at the moment. But intrinsically, the basic layout of each of the screens is coming along. We've got some bad characters there when we switch, but that's okay. So you've got multiple stages, including the stage where you've got to bash the monkeys out, and it's actually showing some of the monkeys there. And back to the title screen. So that one's come along nicely, working on the game elements and things like that, but still has quite a bit of programming to do. So just a sec, we'll switch to another game. Right, so back again. So the next one is Seaquest 99. So Seaquest was a game I used to play on the Atari 2600 a lot, and it's one of Activision titles that they never converted for any other system. Basic sound working. You can move your sub, you can fire, you can't die. At the moment I only have sub spawning. I think the basic speed and stuff like that needs a little bit of work. Now you do get a bit of flickering, but obviously you can still see everything because we are trying to preserve the original gameplay, and you've got at least 3 enemies, and the sub, which is made up of 2 sprites, so you end up with 5, so you do end up with a little bit of flickering. I may experiment with using some scroll tile things to improve this, because there's plenty of cycles left. But as you can see, oxygen's going down, you can fire. The look is really, really close to the original game on the Atari 2600. Need the sub up top that comes along that stops you from being able to go up and refuel properly. But other than that, the game is progressing along nicely. I don't think I've got any others that probably show. There's other ones that are a little bit further in the future. But yeah, just thought I'd give you guys a couple of little updates on Homebrew stuff. I've actually been enjoying looking into the Sega Master System. You know, maybe I might convert some of my other games to that platform in the future. Ones that suit that platform, of course. Let me know. Are people out there who've got Sega Master System? Would you be interested in Seaquest? Would you be interested in Kangaroo? I know a lot of people on the Coleco, MSX and Spectravideo really want Kangaroo, so that will be a game I'll be putting a lot of effort into. Seaquest is one of my favourite games, so I'll definitely be doing that one. Now I do have another arcade conversion called Space Dungeon, but that'll be much later in the year. A twin stick shooter, so that'll have to have a few different control options, and maybe even a 3D printed control holder or something like that to help people out. But them releases, as far as I don't think I've really got any other pickups or anything like that. I've just been beavering along, obviously almost there. We're fixing this Space Invaders cabinet for my friend, and that'll give me some room back in my room, and then also allow me to focus on my own cabinets, which I've done some little fixes with the marquees and things like that, but I'd really like to get some of these other cabs working, and then give you maybe an even better tour next month. Alright, so there we go. That's just a quick update from me this month. I'm Electric Adventures. Thanks to all my subscribers. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.